Be vegan. Make peace.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
On May 29, 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay became the first known mountaineers to successfully reach the summit of Mount Everest. Mount Everest, the goddess mother of the world, part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Khamri Mo is how the Lepcha people of Bhutan, India, and Nepal say hello in the Lepcha language. Kind viewers, I am Dava. With warmest regards, the faithful Lepcha people pray that your days are enveloped in light and compassion. Welcome to part 2 of a 2-part series entitled Mount Everest, the Goddess Mother of the World. In today's program, we continue our Himalayan journey to Mount Everest. Located on the border of Nepal and Tibet, Mount Everest has an elevation of 29,032 feet or 8,849 meters and is Earth's highest mountain above sea level. Living on Mount Everest are the Sherpa people, who mostly belong to the ancient Nyingma or Red Hat, a religion of Tibetan Buddhism, the oldest Buddhist religion in Tibet, which combines Buddhism and animism. The Sherpas embrace the Himalayan mountains as sacred and offer their respects by constructing Buddhist monasteries at the base, placing prayer flags on the slopes, and creating wildlife sanctuaries for the animals that live in the mountains. These mountain-dwelling people have long worshipped Mount Everest as a goddess, naming her Chumonlungma, meaning Goddess Mother of the World. Sherpas believe that gods and demons live in the high mountain areas, while the Yeti, also known as the abominable snowman, wanders the lower slopes, so they did not traditionally climb the mountains. In the early 20th century, however, the start of British expeditions created job opportunities for porters and surveying. Although local Sherpas held subordinate roles in the expeditions, they earned respect and a higher pay. Being a porter suited them as they were very well adjusted to living at high altitudes and could haul large amounts of goods over great distances. Their hearts, unlike most of us, can use glucose, and their lungs have an increased efficiency in a low oxygen environment such as Mount Everest. The Sherpas have also inherited unique hemoglobin-binding enzymes and doubled nitric oxide production, which helps to increase blood flow and lowers blood pressure. Conversely, at elevations above 8,000 feet or about 2,400 meters, foreign visitors and climbers are generally prone to suffer from altitude sickness, which can be serious and fatal. Perhaps Tenzing Norgay, a famous Sherpa and one of the first 2 people known to reach the Mount Everest summit, reflected the heart and soul of the Sherpa mentality best when he said,
यदि तपाईं विनोदपूर्ण हुनुहुन्न र तपाईंसँग मैत्रीपूर्ण भावना छैन भने क्षमता जतिसुकै राम्रो भए तापनि तपाईं एउटा राम्रो पर्वतारोही बन्न सक्नुहुन्न। साथीहरू उपलब्धि जत्तिकै महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छन्, त्यस्तै सहकार्य सफलताको कुञ्जी हो भने स्वार्थी प्रवृत्तिले व्यक्तिलाई असक्षम बनाउँछ। अर्को कुरा यो पनि हो, चाहे हिमालयमा होस् या अन्यत्र कतै कुनै पनि ठाउँमा व्यक्तिले आफूले गरेको मेहनत अनुसार नै प्रतिफल प्राप्त गर्दछ।
The Sherpa porters were responsible for setting up camp, managing other porters, evenly distributing the cargo, and ensuring the trekking group's safety. They often ran ahead and performed risky operations, such as installing ropes and ladders. Heroically, they are self-sacrificing and are seen as the guardian angels of the mountain for foreign mountaineers. Mountaineering is an extremely dangerous occupation, and 1/3 of all fatalities on Mount Everest have been Sherpas. The ever-increasing number of climbers and trekkers has dramatically impacted the Sherpa culture and their way of life, as they have come to rely on climbing expeditions for their main source of income. In order to prevent the guards from becoming angry, Sherpas have tried to stop foreign climbers from polluting the mountain and participating in other inexcusable activities on Mount Everest, such as the killing of animals. The Sherpa continue to maintain their respect for the mountain and their goddess. As the highest peak on Earth, Mount Everest has garnered international attention and many climbing attempts. With over 18 climbing routes, the two main ones are the South Col, which approaches the summit from the southeast in Nepal, and the North Col, approaching from the north in Tibet. The British mountaineers provided the first recorded attempts to reach the summit. They utilized the North Col route in Tibet. Their first reconnaissance expedition took place in 1921, where 8 members set off to discover routes to ascend the mountain. Let's take a moment to pray for the planet's beautiful, life-sustaining mountains. We'll be right back here on Supreme Master Television.
Be veg, go green to save the planet.
Welcome back to Mount Everest, the Goddess Mother of the World, Part 2 of 2. It was not until 32 years later that the British would succeed in having the first successful ascent of the tallest mountain in the world. In 1953, Sir John Hunt led the 9th British expedition. He chose 2 teams to attempt reaching the summit. The first pair, Tom Bodion and Dr. Charles Evans, came within 330 feet or 100 meters of the summit on May 26th, having to turn back due to problems with oxygen. By finding routes, forming a trail, and providing their oxygen caches, the first team was a tremendous help to the second team. 2 days later, using the South Col route, the second climbing pair, Sir Edmund Hillary, a New Zealand mountaineer, and Tenzing Norgay, a Nepali Indian Sherpa mountaineer, made their attempt to reach the summit. Their journey became the first recorded expedition to succeed on May 29, 1953. The 2 mountaineers stopped to take photographs, bury some sweets, and place a small cross in the snow at the summit before descending the mountain. London received news of this successful expedition on June 2nd, the morning of Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. A few days later, the Queen ordered for Sir John Hunt and Sir Edmund Hillary to be knighted. Tenzing Norgay, a citizen of India, received the UK George Medal for his gallantry. He was also named one of the 100 most influential people of the 20th century by Time magazine. Nepal too recognized the accomplishments of Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. In 2009, statues were erected in their honor, and in 2014, Hillary Peak and Tenzing Peak were named after the mountaineers. Tragically, the effects of global climate change on Mount Everest are now evident and endanger the people and wildlife who call this region home. The Paris Agreement report warned that 1/3 of the 10,000 or so glaciers in the region will disappear by the end of the century. The glaciers assist in regulating climate and maintaining lower temperatures. In the Himalayas, the glaciers hold 40% of the world's fresh water and are the source of 1/4 to 1/5 of the world's drinking water. As glaciers melt, temperatures increase at an exponential rate. Farmers struggle to irrigate their crops, with decreased water supply causing desertification in some areas. The water shortage will be a disaster for the 250 million people living across the mountain region and the 1.6 billion people who depend on the glaciers as their water source. The sons of Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, Peter Hillary and Gemling Tenzing Norgay, climbed Mount Everest together in May 2003 as part of the National Geographic Society expedition to commemorate the 50th anniversary of their father's first historic ascent in 1953. In an interview with British newspaper The Independent in 2007, Peter had this to say:
"Climate change is happening. This is a fact. Base camp used to sit at 5,320 meters. This year it was at 5,280 meters because the ice is melting from the top and side. Base camp is sinking each year. For Sherpas living on Mount Everest, this is something they can see every day, but they can't do anything about it on their own."
According to The Independent, the glacier where Hillary and Tenzing had established their base camp has retreated about 5 kilometers in the past 20 years, Gemling Tenzing stated.
"The glaciers have receded a great deal since my father's time. There are many things he wouldn't recognize today. The glacier on which the base camp sits has melted to such a degree that it is now at a lower altitude. I think the whole face of the mountains is changing."
Peter Hillary then warned about the disaster that would ensue if the glaciers continue to melt.
"I've seen the results of glacial lakes bursting their banks, and it's catastrophic. It's like an atomic bomb has gone off. Everywhere is rubble. The floods of the past are nothing compared with the size of what we are threatened with."
The impact of climate change has far-reaching consequences beyond Mount Everest and the Himalayan region. It is a worldwide crisis that demands immediate attention. All information concerning the scientific evidence of climate change and its solution is in Supreme Master Ching Hai's book, From Crisis to Peace, free for download at crisistopeace.org. Mount Everest, with its unparalleled beauty and magnitude, is truly a spectacular gift from Mother Earth. She has provided shelter to numerous plants and wildlife and has served as an important water source for the planet and the world's population. May every one of us do our part in adopting the compassionate and eco-friendly vegan lifestyle. Gracious viewers, thank you for your company today. Coming up next is, in celebration of Be Kind to Animals Week, How to be a gracious host for the animals, part 2 of 3, right after noteworthy news here on Supreme Master Television. May we always extend loving kindness towards Mother Earth and all of our animal co-inhabitants.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/NB.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/NB.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule e suprememastertv.com/NB.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule e suprememastertv.com/NB.
Be a hero. Be vegan. Save the world.